Hello, Patriots. I'm Lee Watts, and this is Patriot Point, your source for Kentucky news and analysis from a conservative, Christian, and common sense point of view. Well, we usually release Patriot Point on Friday, but we're doing it early this week because there is something incredibly important going on. Warning, warning, warning. If you've ever been driving down the street and you see on your car dashboard, they've got these warning lights: check engine, check transmission, check your oil. Well, I wish they had another one that says check liberty, because your liberty is in danger. If they had that right now, your check liberty light would be flashing and buzzing at you. Let me explain the reason why. There is going to be a new law proposed in Kentucky. It's going to be proposed this coming Friday, December the 15th, and it is a major anti-gun rights gun grab law. It is called the Crisis Aversion and Rights Retention Act, CARR. They're calling it the CAR Act for short. Personally, I think it ought to be called the CAR Wreck, because this is a great violation of your rights. Let me explain what this bill does. It says if you got somebody who thinks, hey, I think so-and-so over there might commit a crime in the future, then they can go through a process that would have a judge issue an order to take away all of the guns from that person. Keep this in mind. The accused person, they haven't been charged with a crime. They've not committed a crime. There's been no crime committed yet in this entire process. And yet you have all of your rights violated when you have not committed a crime. This is a great violation of the Constitution. The Second Amendment of the Constitution clearly says the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. It says right there, I can keep my arms, and this right shall not be infringed. I have a major question for those pushing this law. What part of shall not be infringed do you not seem to understand? Here's the question. Does this law infringe on my right to keep my weapons? That's the entire purpose of the law. It takes away my weapons, though I've not committed a crime. The Constitution says I can keep my weapons, and that right shall not be infringed. Therefore, this is clearly, totally, 100% unconstitutional. But this will become a law if Kentucky Patriot conservatives don't step up and start contacting their legislators saying, don't pass this thing, this is terrible, oppose this left and right, because you're being punished for no crime. We have this principle in America that you're supposed to be innocent until proven guilty. This would completely violate that principle and saying you are guilty until you can prove yourself innocent, because they're literally using this line saying this is protecting gun owners, and we want to protect gun owners. Disarming the people does not protect the people. This is the worst idea I've ever heard of. And they say, well, you still have your rights. It's called the rights retention, because you have the right to go before a judge and have a trial to get all of your guns back. Oh, hogwash, as my grandfather would have said. The audacity of somebody to say, I'm going to violate all of your gun rights, though you have not committed a crime, and then you have to go to trial, hire an attorney, present evidence, take days off work, go through all this hassle just to prove that you might not commit a crime in the future. It's absolutely ridiculous, a grotesque violation of the Constitution and also logic. Let's look at a biblical principle of this. We see in Luke 22:36, Jesus himself said, he who hath no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one. Jesus is like, hey, we need to carry weapons around with us. But this law would say, even though you haven't committed a crime, we're going to take away all of those weapons. You actually can't have those. It's a ridiculous idea. It would not surprise me if this had been proposed by the Democrats. This has been part of the very publicly pushed Democratic agenda for many years. But this is not being proposed by a Democrat. The primary sponsor of this bill is a Republican. Yes, his name is Senator Whitney Westerfield. Now, he is partnering with the Democrats to do this, specifically Kentucky State Senator David Yates, a Democrat, and they're working together on this, calling it bipartisan. You know why? Because the Democrats love this. Does this gun grab law, does this sound like a Republican idea to you? Sure doesn't to me. I think the greatest threat that Kentuckians have right now is not from the Democratic Party pushing its agenda. The Democrats have an incredibly small percentage of people in the Senate and the House. So it's Republicans who can get through any law they really want as a party. The greatest threat the Republicans in Kentucky have right now is Republicans who are doing things like the Democrats would. We call that a rhino. RINO stands for Republican in name only. We got somebody who is pushing a massive Democrat agenda, but they put a little R behind their name. I really think that this bill should come with a warning label. And it should come with a warning label for all of our legislators. And it should be called, "This is political suicide." Because I guarantee you, if somebody supports this bill, there is going to be a massive push to recruit opponents to these people in the primaries to fund them. This is political suicide. So I encourage you, contact your legislators. Tell them that you oppose the CAR Act. And when you do this, I always tell people three things. Your legislator, first of all, they might already be on your side. We don't know. We haven't contacted them yet. When you contact them, remember to be brief, be courteous, and ask them to contact you back with what they will be doing. This is a way to actually have a good conversation and maybe persuade someone. So don't write them and be all nasty. That's not going to work anytime. If you would like to be at the meeting where this is going to be proposed, it is going to be this Friday, December the 15th. In the Kentucky Capitol Annex, room 154. The meeting starts at 10 a.m. They're going to be talking about a lot of different programs during that meeting. This will be one of them. We're going to be talking about one of the other things that's going to be set up in this meeting on next week's program, which has to do with wiretapping and some other grotesque violations of your rights. So this is why the program has come out early this week, because I need to get people informed and involved. This would be a good episode to share with people who aren't hearing about this going on. Because unless Kentucky conservatives are going to step up and be active, they're going to sneak this through, and we cannot let that happen. A gross violation of your constitutional rights. Now, some people may not be seeing this episode until Friday, even though I sent it out early. If you would like to ensure that you get things as soon as they come out and get notified, you can do one of two things. Number one, you see that little bell icon at the bottom of the screen? That's notifications. If you make sure notifications are on, then you'll be notified whenever a new episode is posted on Patriot Point. And sometimes I'll put an episode on Patriot Point that YouTube does not like, and they'll take it down. Well, I put it up other places. I have an email list where I directly email you all of the episodes, one each week. If you would like to be on that direct email list, then just send me an email to lee.watts.kentucky@gmail.com saying, "Hey, I want to be on the Patriot Point notification list," and you'll get one message a week saying, "Here's a new program and here's the link." So this is what we've got going on here in Kentucky. I hope you'll be active, because we got somebody who's like the Grinch wanting to take your stuff away here at Christmas time, and let's not let him get away with that. So until next week, I'm Lee Watts for Patriot Point, reminding you that liberty is not a spectator sport.